Wilmington Wildcats. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your At attack, and wearing number 3, the senior, Richard Moore. At attack, and wearing number 23, the senior, Gage Spelunga. At attack, and wearing number 4, the junior, Siggy Buffoni. At midfield, and wearing number 10, the senior, Mike Wolanski. At midfield, and wearing number 31, the senior, Connor Andrick. At midfield, and wearing number 5, the senior, Dan Betts. On defense, and wearing number 21, the senior, Nick Cody. On defense, and wearing number 9, the junior, Ryan Koki. On defense, wearing number 13, the senior, Cam Gillis. And in goal for your Pope Francis Cardinals, wearing number 30, the sophomore, Matthew Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, your Pope Francis Cardinals. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we're going to ask you all, please rise and gently remove your caps and direct your attention to the American flag located near our scoreboard for this morning's playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you and enjoy the game.
Check.
Check. And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are live, coming to you live today from beautiful Pope Francis Preparatory School. Cloudy day, but it's a good day for an affair here in this round of 32 state tournament game. As today, your Pope Francis Cardinals take on the visiting Wilmington Wildcats. Well, I'm AJ Gonzalez, the voice of the Pope Francis Cardinals, bringing you this live and exclusive action right here on Pope Prep. Today, I'd like to give a very special shout-out and big thank you to Mr. Jeffrey D., Pope Francis Prep technology consultant, the man, the myth, the legend. Without him, this telecast would not be available. So we'd like to thank him and Andrew Sarrazina as well, who's working abroad today for us from Maine. That's right, Portland, Maine. That's where he is today. We're ready to get going here on Pope Prep. Glad you could be with us. Reminder, folks, to like this content and subscribe to our channel. We're producing you the finest and unique content anywhere on the Pope Francis sports scene. Matt Davis in net today for the Pope Francis Cardinals. Round of 32 state tournament game just about ready to begin. Can't wait for it here on Pope Prep. Glad to begin with us. Cloudy day. Not the greatest conditions for a playoff game, but we're ready to go nonetheless. It's Pope Francis. It's Wilmington. It's right here on Pope Prep. 12 minutes on the clock. Here we go. Pope Francis, Wilmington, round of 32 state tournament game. Who will advance to the round of 16? Will it be Pope Francis, the heavy favorites in this game? Or will it be someone else? We'll find out. Will it be Wilmington advancing and stunning Pope, or will it be Pope taking care of business? We'll find out right now on Pope Prep. As Bez will try to move it in quickly to Roy. Roy having a hard time fielding in things, but eventually Wilmington will take it the other way, down the right side. Dan Bez is going to give them a run for their money trying to get there, but eventually Wilmington will be able to fetch it down the field. Here they come, trying to work it around here, trying to shake and bake. Nick Cody trying to get there. He'll make the play. Nick Cody still working as a senior here for Pope Francis. Now officially alumni are all these seniors, but they'll continue to play out for Lacrosse, and that will officially be the end capper for them. As Wilmington has possession, trying to get on the board early on the road. It'd be a huge for them if they can get any sense of direction here early on in this one. Wilmington looking for a little shake and bake. They'll cut back just about a minute into this one. Glad to be with us. Got big playoff games coming up for you this week. Monday, we will be live on the baseball field for Pope Francis baseball as they begin their round of 32 state tournament as well. They're practicing over there doing a little inter-squad scrimmage, so they're getting ready for Monday. We'll be live at 4 o'clock with you over there on the baseball diamond. Getting you set for the playoffs, what we've been living for here on Pope Prep, and it'll be the summer. And we'll be back here next year. What do you know, folks? Pope Prep champions play here. Best thing you can do for us is give us a little bit of a like and subscribe to our channel. I think we have a timeout here early on in this one, so Wilmington's going to take a timeout. Not exactly sure why, but they'll stop the clock with 10:45 to go in the opening quarter. Stay tuned. Pope Prep champions play here. Cardinals, Wilmington, 0-0. Timeout. Less than a minute into the game. Wonder what the problem can be. We'll have an answer coming up next. Stay tuned. Champions play here. Back in a flash, exclusively on Pope Prep. Ladies and gentlemen, round of 32 state tournament game ready to continue right here on Pope Prep. Wilmington has possession deep into the Pope Francis territory. They took a timeout about a minute into this one, 10:45 to go in the opening quarter. So an early timeout from Wilmington. They're going to try to get on the board early on here at Pope Francis. The Cardinals looking to add another trophy to really a historic season. The Western Mass champs as well are the Pope Francis Cardinals. Took care of business at Central, winning that championship. So today they have an opportunity to get on the board, trying to win this game, trying to add some more hardware to the trophy case. It's been a historic season for Pope Francis sports all around. We'll get to it as the day goes on. Save made here by Matt Davis. Davis, the sophomore, getting things done for Pope Francis. Been excellent between the posts for Pope Francis this year, playing lacrosse. Also a hockey player in his spare time. Matt Davis. We'll move it over to Connor Ondrick. Ondrick heading to Tampa. On the back ends today for Pope Francis. He'll try to move it up. Here he comes to the right side, trying to shake and bake. A little twist and turn around the 30. Flags are going to fly. Wilmington's going to be a man short for a minute here coming up as Andrick will move it over to Mike Wilansky. Wilansky, a Fairfield man, coming there soon. How about Gage Spilonga going to Springfield College? He's got it now around the 35. They'll cut back to the 40. All aboard the Gage train. How many times have we said that? Trying to get on the board one more time. Here is Gage. All aboard the Gage train. Shake and big. Trying to fire on a shot. Eventually it corrals to Rich Roy. Roy trying to fire on a shot. But he misses on that just barely. Goes to the right side and will head out of bounds. Before we can do anything else, the officials will call a stoppage in play. Wilmington's going to be a man short. Cardinals will have a man advantage for about a minute. Let's see what the official says. Heading over to the scores table now. So it'll be a 1 minute advantage for Pope Francis. Man down for Wilmington. Opportunity for Pope Francis trying to get things done here early on the scoreboard. Cardinals have it. Here's Andrick. Connor Andrick moving it back to Rich Roy. RPI commit there, Mr. Roy. Moving it back over to Spilonga. Gage looking around. Finds his man. It's Wilansky. Wilansky moving it over to Spilonga. Spilonga on back to Roy. Roy trying to cut it inside. Trying to fire on a shot. Or the Cardinals, but that one will eventually head out of bounds. Jason Reiser there trying to fire on a shot. But that heads out of bounds. Cardinals will still have possession, though, as Wilansky will bring it in for Pope Francis. Wilansky will cut it back. Here come the Cardinals, looking to get on the board first today against Wilmington. Cardinals, that was a tic-tac goal. A thing of beauty from Pope Francis. It goes to Spurlonga. Spurlonga over to Reiser. Bada bing, bada boo. You didn't even see it coming, but it's money in the bank. Perfect passing from Pope Francis. Excellent execution. 1-0. The lead for the Cardinals. Big goal early on for Pope Francis. Jason Reiser, the leader of the Pope section. How about that? Soon to be the leader of the alumni as well here at Pope Francis. Reiser gets it done and gets on the board at the 9:05 mark at the first quarter, of the first quarter, rather. And just like that for Pope Francis, they've got a 1-0 advantage against Wilmington. Wilmington with possession at the 50-yard line after a little infraction there from Mr. Bezrachenko. Wilmington with possession at the 30-yard line, trying to create space there. Having a hard time doing so was Colin Allard. Allard trying to move it around. Wilmington looking for any hole of a seam they can get. Mike Daniels here for Wilmington, moving it around, trying to fire in a shot is Wilmington. Luckily, the defense of Jake Jarrell got there in the nick of time. Matt Davis will now take it out of his own end. Here's Davis, moving it over to Dan Bezrachenko. Here's Dan Bez, midfielder, working out of position here, flying up the field, already at the 50-yard line, fires in a quick pass over to Connor Andrick. Here's Connor, loses a stick, trying to get it back. Good defense there from the Wilmington Wildcats. They'll try to quickly work. What do you know? It's a thing of beauty, but Matt Davis says no. Big save made there by Matt Davis. Andrick lost the stick. It's been quick lacrosse here early on. As the Cardinals will look for a reprieve on the defensive side, it'll be Jake Jarrell who will provide them with one, as Matt Davis now has it for the Cardinals. Here's Davis moving it around, trying to find his man. He does. It's Mike Wilansky. Here's Mike. Mike looking for some steam here, trying to make it a 2-0 advantage for Pope Francis. Wilansky looking around, trying to cut through the Wilmington defense. Wilansky kicking it back over to Gage Spilonga. Gage train rolling once more, trying to find Ziggy Buffoni inside, but actually the save will be made by Wilmington. Wilmington looking around. At the 25-yard line, they have it. They'll cut back to the 30. 7:17 to go. Fans have packed this place, ready for some high-stakes playoff lacrosse. 1-0 is the lead for Pope Francis, as Ryan Goki will look to try to fire up the field. He does perfectly to Rich Roy. Here's Roy with steam. He's not stopping. Rich Roy trying to go coast to coast. He'll cut back. Gage, look out. This could be troublesome. Fire on a shot. That one, I believe, deflected off the shoulder of a Wilmington player. I believe it actually deflected off the shoulder of Owen White, the netminder today for Wilmington. Heads out of bounds. Cardinals will still take it in. Here's Gage. All aboard the Gage train. Gage looking around. Trying to create some space is Gage. Gage over to Andrick. Andrick back over to Mike Wilansky. Mike kicking it around. Nice passing here from Pope. Here's Rich Roy. Roy looking inside, trying to cut it around. The shot. He scores. A thing of beauty again from the Cardinals. It is 2-0. They are cashing in early. It's Rich Roy putting it in. And just like that, the 6:33 mark in the opening quarter. It is 2-0 for Pope Francis. Dan Bezrachenko getting it done. Rich Roy getting it done as well. Dan Bez will take the face-off here for Pope Francis. Dan Bez has the support of the crowd, too. Go Bez, been a popular chant this year at the boys lacrosse games here at Pope Francis. As Dan Bez will take it in again. Here he is. Moving it over to Roy. Roy, tick, tack. And what do you know? It's a toe? No. Ziggy Buffoni can't put it in. Ziggy had it all day long. It was money in the bank. It was perfect passing. Cardinals starting to smell blood now. 2-0. This could become worse quickly. Again, Boys Baseball Monday. We'll be live there, bringing you that game. Their state tournament begins too. Ranked very high this year is the Pope Francis baseball team, so we'll see how it ends up. As Jason Reiser will try to go make a play. Bez, I believe Connor Ondrick will try to help out too. Here's Ondrick trying to get there, but eventually that will head out of bounds, meaning it will be Wilmington possession. Wilmington taking it the other way now. 5:50 to go. Opening quarter, just getting set. Here on Pope Prep. Colin Allard looking around, trying to create space, and eventually Wilmington will take possession around the 30-yard line. They have it. Cardinals looking for some defense. Great wall of white, trying to assemble and form early on. Cardinals looking for some defense. Sam Graham trying to provide it. And before he can do anything else, Wilmington, I believe, did step out of bounds. It will be Pope Francis possession. Cardinals up 2-0, cashing in early. Looking like a clean, fundamental lacrosse team thus far. Connor Roderick trying to take it in. Takes a bad bounce on him. Gotten some unfortunate bounces here in this first quarter. But his man, Mike Molansky, will try to help him out. Here's Mike. Mike moving over to Ziggy Buffone. Little bounce pass. Here's Connor Ondrick having a hard time handling things. He'll get it back. Ondrick looking around, finds his man. It's Rich Roy. Roy creating space. Over to Spurlonga it goes. Spurlonga up top to Mike Molansky. Molansky behind the net. He's got it for Pope. Trying to cut around, trying to shake and bake, trying to set up Spurlonga. Spurlonga, that is dangerous. Gage Spurlonga with another one. How about a three-burger for Pope Francis? 3-0. The lead for the Cardinals. Gage Spurlonga, Rich Roy, Batman, and Robin making it look easy. Mike Wolanski is too. Perfect pass to Spurlonga. When you give Spurlonga a minute to even think about where he's going to go, and it leads to nightmares for the other team. Gage Spurlonga knows that all too well. Wilmington trying to figure that out. 4:43 to go in the opening quarter. Cardinals in command. Face-off coming in for Dan Bez. Comes away with it. Here's Dan. Bezrachenko moving it over to Rich Roy. Here's Rich with steam and space. Spurlonga. Back to Roy. There's Rich Roy over to Mike Molansky. It goes. Molansky over to Ondrick. Connor Ondrick. Now back. An bounce pass. Goes over to Ziggy Buffone. Ziggy working it around. Nice passing here from Pope. Jason Reiser now has it. Reiser trying to get going. Already with a goal on this one. Reiser trying to set up Spurlonga again. Looking for his second, but can't put in his second. It'll be a save instead. For Wilmington, they'll cover up with 3:55 to go in the opening quarter. Big things coming in for Pope Prep Productions next year. Can't wait for next year as well. We're going to have a strong finish to this year, and then next year will begin. New set of expectations, new teams. It's going to be a lot of fun next year as well. We're going to try to finish this year the best possible way we can. It's been a historic season. I mean, all the way around the board. Hockey, soccer, basketball. Just king's ransom of championships, to say the least. You have to add on to the trophy cases downstairs. You have to create another one with how many trophies we've won this year. As Connor Ondrick will try to fire on a shot, but eventually the save will be made by the Wildcats. We'll try to work it up the field now with 3:15 to go in the opening quarter. Reiser trying to get back for Pope Francis, but eventually Wilmington will just have an opportunity here, and they're going to try to fire on a shot, but that one will skim to the right of the net. Cardinals looking for some defense. Wilmington trying to work it around. Wilmington with space. Here they come. It's Nathan Alberti. Alberti trying to fire on a shot. That one heads to the left of the goal. It'll head out of bounds. It'll still be Wildcat possession. Win or go home at this point in the competition. Wilmington in trouble. 3-0. They're down early in the first quarter. Cardinals have been putting on a clinic. It could be even worse on the scoreboard as Wilmington will try to get right back in it with a blister of a shot, but that one will head out of bounds and head near the track as Wilmington will take possession now. First ones to get there, and they will take possession because of it. Wilmington with space and steam, trying to cut around, trying to fire on a shot. Little slingshot, trying to fire it in, but they can't. Connor Ondrick, I think, got a broken stick. I mean, it's been an unlucky first quarter for him. He's be an unpleasant customer right now on the field. Lost a stick. And Matt Feely will have to come in and sub for him. Some bad bounces from Mr. Ondrick and then broken stick on top of it. I would not be a happy customer. Ondrick appears to be handling it well as Wilmington will try to fire on a shot. Matt Davis made the save. Sticks go flying everywhere. Chaos in the crease. Matt Davis made the initial save. Rebound was picked up by Wilmington, and they stub it home and score. Big goal for Wilmington. They get on the board now. It's 3-1. 2-goal advantage for Pope Francis. Finally, they're able to put something in. They do. Some good moments of sparks here. 3-1 game now with 1:52 to go in the opening quarter. Bezrachenko will take the draw. Cardinals are going to bounce back. 1:52 to go. First quarter. Face-off coming in. Bez trying to get there. He does. Here's Dan. Dan Bezrachenko with the speed. He's flying around the 20-yard line. He has it, trying to fire on a shot. That heads out of bounds. It'll be Pope Francis possession still. Sperlonga will hold it in. Here's Gage. Gage Sperlonga with steam. Fires it back over to Roy. Roy, slingshot, bullseye! Rich Roy puts it in. It is 4-1. Pope Francis, what a goal from Rich Roy. Are you kidding me? Just went back there and went bullseye. Rich Roy predicted a top right corner. Boom. Probably left a hole in the net there. 4-1. The lead for Pope Francis. So Roy responds. Sees the Wilmington goal the other way. He says, I can one-up that one. And he certainly did. 4-1. The lead for Pope Francis. Cardinals will try to take it the other way. Here's Rich Roy. Roy with steam. Over to Sperlonga. Gage. Working it back to Wolanski.
So here's what happened.
Mike Wolanski.
It was input 17, not input 18. But it was offline. So I reconnected it. It's now input 17.
Cardinals with possession. Less than a minute to go. Opening quarter. Cardinals looking for steam and space. Wolanski. Little bounce pass. Goes around the net. Roy. Roy to Sperlonga. Trying to fire at a shot. That one gets blocked. And will head out of bounds. No. Cardinals will be able to keep it in, but not for long. Little head tussle for that one as Ziggy Buffon goes flying.
That the target for some are 17 and some are 18. So I'm still working on it, but you got me.
40 seconds to go. Opening quarter. Cardinals trying to get back. Nice play here from Wilmington. Instead, they get snuffed down. I believe that was Brody Fnuff who got back there in a nick of time. That was an excellent play by him. Looked like a hockey player. I know he is, but sends a man flying. 15 seconds to go. Opening quarter. Wilmington looking to get one last hurrah in before this quarter comes to a close. They won't. Matt Davis will just make the save. He'll watch the clock expire. First quarter comes to a close. Cardinals up 4-1 as Matt Davis will just say a prayer and heave it downfield, and that's going to be it. Cardinals head into the first quarter break with a 4-1 lead, commanding here at Pope Francis. Coming up, we've got the second quarter, folks. Stay tuned. Champions play here. Pope Prep Lacrosse continues next. Ladies and gentlemen, ready to resume. 12 minutes on the clock. Second quarter about to begin and commence here on Pope Prep. 4-1. The lead for Pope Francis. 12 minutes to go. In this second quarter, just on the clock. Here we go. Second quarter is underway. 4-1. The lead for the Cardinals. I mean, for Pope Francis, that first quarter seemed like a clinic. It seemed to be on point, on target, with almost all passing. Unfortunately for Connor Ondrick, things just did not go his way. I mean, broken stick, little bad passes in between. But he'll go back out there with a brand new stick. He looks A-okay right now. Cardinals are now going the other way as they'll work from left to right on your television screen. And Wilmington will work from right to left. Here's Connor Ondrick. Ondrick with space, moving it around. Cardinals trying to do something. 11:35 to go, second quarter rather. Ondrick looking to start the second quarter with a bang, trying to get back on the good side. Not have another broken stick. Ondrick with steam and space. He'll cut back. He'll look around. He'll find his man. It's Rich Roy. Roy looking back. Finds Mike Wolanski. Wolanski over to Spralonga. Here's Gage. Gage train rolling. Gage cutting back. Gage trying to fire on a shot. On the floor, on the board, goes Gage Spralonga. 5-1. The lead for the Cardinals. Game is just getting out of control. Gage Spralonga on a tear right now. That is his second goal of the game. From our count, that's 2 for Spralonga. And just like that, it is 5-1 for Pope Francis. Batman and Robin, Gage Spralonga, Rich Roy have combined for 4 goals today, 4 of the 5 for Pope Francis. Jason Reiser adding the other. 5-1, the lead for the Cardinals. Face-off coming in for Bezrachenko. Cardinals in command. Wilmington Wildcats going to start planning reservations to Cancun. Cam Gillis has it for Pope, losing the long stick. There's 3 Wildcat attackers trying to get at him, but couldn't hold on there as the Wildcats will take it now on the far left side of the field. 10:48 to go. Second quarter, 5-1. The lead for Pope Francis. Wilmington looking around, trying to create some more space here, trying to cut it back. They have it. Well, roller of a pass for Wilmington. They still have it. 10:20 to go. Second quarter. Just moving it around slowly but surely. Just trying to get on the board again. I mean, it's starting to get out of control very quickly for Wilmington. Some games around the Pope Francis sports scene as Wilmington will try to fire a shot, and they score. They put it in. So finally for them, they are able to get a good sign of positivity here in this second quarter. 5-2 now. The lead for Pope Francis, so not completely out of the water for them. Absolutely can still come back in this one. Big goal for Wilmington. They put it in.
Call you back in 5? Yes.
So for Pope Francis, they'll try to get another 5-2. The lead for the Cardinals, so 10:03 to go in the second quarter. Softball game has been moved to tomorrow. State tournament, the preliminary game. So that's tomorrow on the softball field, in case you want to come down and watch it. Pope Francis Prep Baseball will be live on the Baseball Diamond, getting you ready Monday, June 5th, as baseball will take on Reading. So Reading, the Rockets are coming back. Coming to play baseball against the Pope Francis Cardinals. We'll be live. First pitch set for 4 o'clock is the round of 32 state game. So we'll be live right there. Monday, 4 o'clock. Book it in your calendars now. Pope Francis Baseball, as they'll take on Reading. Jason Reiser was a thing or two about beating Reading, as the Cardinals will try to move it around the other way, as Roy will try to find his man. It's Gage Spurlonga. Spurlonga with space. Try to create some more. He'll find his man. Instead, it's Connor Ondrick. Ondrick looking around, trying to just get a seam of energy from somewhere. As Ondrick will move it over to Rich Roy. Nice lob pass, corralled in by Roy. Roy over to Gage. Here's the Gage train. It's starting to roll. Choo, says Gage Spurlonga. Spurlonga looking around. It finds his man. It's Mike Wilansky. Wilansky trying to cut it back here, but eventually it was nice defense from the Wilmington Wildcats that just got in the way. Ondrick still has it. Ondrick over to Ziggy Buffon. Ziggy moving it quickly back over to Rich Roy. Here's Roy. Roy to Spurlonga on the floor. I thought it was going to go on the board again, was Gage, but that one will eventually head out of bounds. A lot of the people here thought it was going in too, but eventually it didn't. Ziggy will take it in now for Pope Francis. They'll kick it back over to Connor Ondrick. Ondrick quickly is working things around. Cloudy day, chilly day. Not the weather that we've been experiencing here recently. We've gotten blessed with the weather recently, with the sunshine. But yesterday was not the greatest day ever, especially with all the graduation parties going on right now, as the save is eventually made here by Wilmington. 8:10 to go in the second quarter. Cardinals trying to get back there. That was a big hit from Jason Reiser. Sent the man flying there. How about that? Reiser goes kaboom. Man went flying about 10 yards. So get a little taste of the yellow on that 50-yard line. So he'll have yellow grass marks in his teeth tomorrow. When he goes to brush his teeth, it's going to be a little yellow day in his mouth. As Jason Reiser, although it was nice in theory, the referees disagreed and said he's going to have to sit down for a minute. He'll take a knee. Big-time hit from Reiser, but referees disagree and say that was not clean, so therefore Wilmington will have an extra man and man advantage for a minute. Cardinals looking for some defense here. 7:53. This is closer than a lot of people thought it would be. 5-2. The lead for Pope Francis. Wilmington trying to cut it around, trying to fire on a shot. Save made by Matt Davis. It'll kick back into the track. Wilmington will still have possession with 7:45 to go in the second quarter. Wilmington looking for a seam if they can get one here. Nice passing around the horn. It goes for Wilmington. Trying to go a little tic-tac-toe style. Reiser will come back in. I think it was a 30-second pause instead, as they'll try to fire on a shot here. Wilmington can't do much with the 30-second advantage. $7:20 to go, second quarter. Pope Francis looking for some defense. Wilmington trying to work it around. Looking for a possible angle if they can even get one here. Wilmington trying to fire on a shot. That one will, I believe it bounced off the ref. That has a good bounce for Wilmington, but eventually the Cardinals will get back there. They have it. Here they come, trying to take it out of their own end. Nice hustle here from Pope Francis. Brody Fanuff trying to take it the other way, trying to do something. He takes a tumble onto the turf. He got slammed down by the Wildcats. Cardinals looking for defense still. Brody makes up for it. Nice plays there from Brody. He's going to be a future star here for the Pope Francis lacrosse team, and so is this man, Sam Graham. Graham running down the right side of the field, cuts back, soccer player as well in his spare time. He'll dump it over to Ziggy. Here's Zach. Trying to go on the Zach attack is Ziggy there, but eventually Wilmington will take it in. Eventually Ondrick will take it back, so a little bit of a turnover battle here around the 50-yard line. As Connor Ondrick has it for Pope Francis. Here's Ondrick. A little quick footwork. Ondrick trying to cut it into the goal. That was a thing of beauty. Connor Ondrick with a bad first quarter. Just a rough day for him in that opening quarter. Makes up for it there. Goes shake, bake, jumps in the air, and goes sweet 5-hole. How about un goal? That makes it a 6-2 affair. Cardinals in command once again. They're up by 4 now as Wilmington will look for a response with 17 to go in the second quarter. Coming up, we've got the Pope Francis halftime report. We'll bring it to you live here from the Pope Prep Productions little press box here at Pope Francis Prep. Cloudy day, but the sun will be shining down here in the press box. This Spalaga will try to fire on a shot. That one heads out of bounds. It will be going the way of Wilmington. Cardinals going to look for some defense here. Luckily, Matt Feely is in the right place at the right time, and he'll get it. Nice play there from Matt. He'll move it around. Nice passing here from Pope Francis. Spalaga. Spalaga kicking it back. Here's Rich Roy. Roy trying to fire on a shot. How about a hat trick? How about a hat trick for Rich Roy? Add yet another. This game is out of control. It is 7-2 for Pope Francis. Wilmington in trouble. In dire straits now. With 5:45 to go in the second quarter, it looks like Pope Francis is back in command, back in control, right back where they wanted this game to be. Face-off coming in for Daniel Bezrachenko. Smile starting to come in from the Pope bench. They can start to smell blood in the water here today at Pope Francis, as Daniel Bezrachenko has it. Here is Mr. Bez, little quick footwork. He'll cut it back. Nice passing here. Roy moving it around. Nice pass here over to Spalaga. Spalaga back to Zach. Zach attack starting to roll as Jason Reiser has it now. Reiser to Wolanski. Mike back to Connor Ondrick. Ondrick to Wolanski. Mike will slowly but surely pick it up from the turf and try to take it the other way. Mike Wolanski looking around. Trying to create space here, but eventually he'll have to cut back. Wolanski to Roy. Here's Rich to Spalaga. Gage. Looking to get the train rolling again. Here's Gage. Gage is trying to cut through. Look out, that could be trouble. But nice defense there from Wilmington. They'll try to take it out of their own end. Nice play there from Ali Abuko. But Abuko will have to just move it around here. Ondrick almost intercepted his pass. Good work from Abuko. He'll move it up the field. Here comes Wilmington trying to cash in with a man coming up the field, trying to still fire on a shot. Big save from Davis. Rebound Cardinals just trying to play a little keep away, trying to just move it off the ground, trying to find someone up in space. Maybe Jake Jarrell would try to get up there, but he couldn't. Cardinals still looking for some defense here. Here's Jarrell. Jake Jarrell with space. He has it. Here's Jake, moving it back to Spalaga. Choo. Gage train is rolling. He's got it. Cardinals with a 7-2 commanding lead. Rich Roy. Roy to Spalaga. Spalaga. Just going to wait on it. We'll find out Connor Ondrick. How about Connor Ondrick? Ondrick still looking around. Still just trying to create some space here. Ondrick. Work it in. Still trying to make a play. Ondrick still trying to find it. A little tag team hit there from him and Zach as the Cardinals will try to get back. They do with Ryan Goki. Cardinals, they need defense now. Couldn't come away with it. Wilmington will just try to take it the other way, trying to fire on a shot, but eventually Nick Cody. Hard working play there from the big man, Nick Cody, getting back there and playing a nice defense there for Pope Francis. And a commanding presence on the defensive side for Pope Francis. all year long. Basketball player as well as Mr. Cody, heading to SUNY Delhi. Cardinals looking for defense. 3:08 to go in the second quarter. Cardinals trying to get a save, and they do. I think it hit a post. I'm not sure about that. Did that hit a post from Wilmington? I think it did. So it goes off the post. Wilmington will try to take it now the other way, or trying to just get something going here deep in the Cardinal ends, as Wilmington has it with 2:49 to go in the second quarter. Wilmington trying to fire on a shot. Big save from Davis. Thought it was going to leap over him. He had the look of despair for a minute there as Jason Reiser sends another man flying. He's on a roll today. Reiser is flying too around the 30-yard line. He has it, trying to lob it up. Perfect play. Jason Reiser moves it over to Spalanga all day long. Jason Reiser, the hustle effort. And that makes it an 8-2 game now. Spalanga adds yet another for Pope Francis. 8-2. Excellent first half for the Cardinals. Face-off coming in for Pope Francis. Dan Bez has it. Here's Bezrachenko. Bez moving it around. Nice passing here. Here's Rich Roy. Roy with space. Finds Spalanga. Spalanga to Bez. Bez trying to fire on a shot. And how about that? Another goal for Pope Francis. The game just continues to get out of control. It is 9-2 for the Cardinals with 2:16 to go in the second quarter. Wilmington is going to need something here at halftime. They're going to need to maybe even say a prayer. I don't know what they're going to have to do. 9-2. Cardinals just in command. The seniors are getting it done. It's been a senior showcase today for Pope Francis. John Henry View has checked into the game for the first time today. At midfield now is John Henry. Bez moving in the round. Goes to Spalanga it goes. Here's Gage. Gage getting going, finds Andrick. Here's Connor. Andrick to Wolansky. Mike goes in the air to make the catch, and he does. Wolansky. Wolansky to Spalanga, trying to fire on a shot, but eventually the save will be made by Wilmington. Wilmington looking around, trying to get there again. Cardinals looking for some defense. Jake Jarrell coming in, playing nice defense for Pope Francis. How many times have we said that in multiple sports? Jarrell has it. He'll leave it off. Little flick pass over to Rich Roy. Here's Rich. Rich trying to get the Cardinals richer. 9-2 lead. A minute to go in the second quarter. We get the halftime report coming up. It's a stampede right now for Pope Francis. Just total command as Wilmington will try to get some nice defense before we head to halftime. Roy will take it back, though, and look out. It could be even more trouble. Rich Roy just continuing to go. Finds Spalanga. Flag's going to fly, too, so Wilmington's going to be a man short whenever this play comes to a whistle. Spalanga has it. Here's Gage. Gage looking around, trying to create space, trying to set up something here, trying to fire on a shot there. It was Reiser, but eventually that one will head out of bounds. Wilmington will be a man short for a minute. Or will it be 30 seconds? So I believe for the rest of the half, they're going to be a man short. Here's Spalanga. Spalanga to Rich Roy. Roy back to Spalanga. Over to Roy it goes. Tic-tac-toe. What do you know? Goes over to Andrick. Andrick. Roy. 18 seconds. Spalanga. Spalanga back to Roy. Roy trying to fire on a little on the floor on the board. Shot. Save made. Rebound quickly picked up by the Cardinals. Ziggy Buffon trying to stuff it in. Cardinals still looking for one more gasp. They've got a shoot now. Trying to fire on a shot. Save made there by Wilmington. And that will send us to halftime with the Cardinals up 9-2. Coming up, we've got the halftime report here on the big turf here at Pope Francis. Stay tuned. Champions play here. Back in a flash. Cardinals in total command now. 9-2 is the lead. All right, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Cardinals entering the third quarter, up 9-2. That's right, you heard me, folks. 9-2. This game is just out of control. Pope Francis taking the pedal to the metal thus far. Cardinals looking to add on here in the third quarter, trying to advance to the round of 16. Will they? That's the question. I think they kind of already have a spot, but we'll see how the second half goes. Anything can happen. Game not over by any stretch of the imagination. Face-off coming in for Bezrachenko. Here we go. Third quarter, round of 32 game. Who's going to advance? Who's going to win? Who's going home? We find out right now on Pope Prep. Bez looking around. Finds Spurlaga. There's Gage. Gage over to Jason Reiser. Reiser over to Andrick. There's Connor. Andrick. With possession. Finds Wolanski. There's Mike. Mike Wolanski. Looking for space. Trying to find something. He does. It's Rich Roy. Roy to Spurlaga. Gage looking around, trying to go tic-tac-toe. Goes off the feet of Owen White and kicks all the way out of bounds. Airborne. That must have hurt. You can only imagine how much pain that must feel on your right leg in the bullseye from Gage Spurlaga. Yikes. Rich Roy has it. Roy looking around, trying to add on, trying to add one more. Save, rebound, just going to keep on firing into the Cardinals. Defense not that great today from Wilmington. Cardinals looking for it. They have it. It's Reiser trying to keep it in, but not sure what happened there. There's a little bit of the hokey-pokey, and he'll head out of bounds. It will be Wilmington possession now. 10:53 to go, third quarter. Wilmington just trying to get something going. But a tough day for them. That pass goes off the stick of Reiser. Jarrell trying to get there on the defensive side. It's Cam Gillis. Gillis moving it back up to Reiser. Team switch sides, right to left. Work the Cardinals for this quarter, and from left to right works Wilmington. Reiser kicking it back to Wolanski. Wolanski over to Andrick. Here's Connor. Andrick to Wolanski. Wolanski looking for space. Wolanski trying to fire on a shot. What do you know? It goes in and it's 10-2. Game just continues to get out of control. How about that? 10-2 with 10:02 to go in the third quarter. Game's just out of control. 8-goal advantage for Pope Francis now. Mike Wolanski continues the senior showcase today. 10-2 in the lead for the Cardinals. Face-off coming in for Dan Bez. Bez trying to pick it up. A little battle for that one. Bez has it. Here's Dan. Dan Bez. Bez looking around. Finds Spurlaga. Spurlaga over to Rich Roy. Roy to Spurlaga. He has it. Here's Gage to Ziggy. Ziggy back over to Connor Andrick. Andrick to Reiser. Reiser to Andrick. Here's Connor. Back to Zach. Here's Ziggy working it inside, trying to cut it back. Roy, shot, he shoots, he scores. Game out of control. I don't know if there is a mercy rule in the round of 32 state tournament game, but for now, man, oh man, the Cardinals just continue to thread the needle, and bada bing, bada boo, it's money in the bank again. It's Rich Roy putting it in. That was a thing of beauty as well. It's been just nice goals today from Pope Francis. They are just on a tear, and that means that John Henry View is going to come in and play attack. How about that? We got the whole starting lineup essentially out now. Andrick and Reiser and all the Wolanski and Bez, all of them. Or Bez is rather still in the game, but Spurlaga out as well. I think they're going to come back in now with the Cardinals coming up. Here's Andrick. We're back over to Rich Roy. Lansky with possession. Or excuse me, there's that Andrick. I think it's Andrick, yeah. Kind of hard to tell sometimes who's got possession. Man, oh man, that was a little sleeper moment for me. Oh boy. Saturday morning's not my thing. And actually, that just went to 12:01, did it? So, I lose. Andrick to John Henry. John Henry will move it over to Rich Roy. Here's Roy, cutting back, shake and bake, twist and turn, looking around, and eventually it's nice defense from Wilmington, but not for long, as the Cardinals will pick it right back up. Lansky trying to find John Henry, but they're not on the same page. They will be heading the way of the Wilmington Wildcats. John Henry is going to try to apply instant pressure, but the instant pressure, not that instant. Owen White will try to move it up. He's got it. Wildcats looking upstairs, trying to find something here, trying to just get through and break the code that has been Matt Davis in net for Pope Francis. Jarrell has it. Here's Jake. Jake to Ryan Goki. Goki having a hard time. Oh, boy, he took a tumble. No call there. Cardinals will have to pick him up. Here's John Henry. John looking around. He finds Reiser. Here's Jason. Reiser back to John. There's John Henry. John looking around, just playing keep away for now is Mr. John Henry View. Here's John looking to cut to the net. Instead, he'll cut back to Reiser. Pass got deflected in the air. Reiser will have to help him out. Jason looking for it, but eventually Wilmington will take it in. Wilmington looking around, trying to move it upfield quickly. They have it. Trying to cut back now and look for some space. They have that. Down by a lot here, 11-2. I mean, the lead for Pope Francis, just trying to add on to the Cardinals. But for Wilmington, you got to get on the board at some point. I mean, this is just out of control right now. Wilmington with possession. They could definitely use a goal right here, right now. 6:48 to go, third quarter. Cardinals looking for defense. Cody trying to get there, trying to make the play. Jarrell looking around, trying to create space, but eventually that one will head all the way out of bounds. It will be Wilmington possession. Wilmington, nice possession, just trying to get on the board. That shot will head to the right of the goal. They'll still take possession, though. Clock works down to 6:10 remaining in this third quarter. Wilmington possession still. Birds chirping, trying to tell them to get on the board. But the save is made by Matt Davis nonetheless. Cardinals will try to work it the other way. Here's Connor Andrick. Andrick to the 50-yard line. He's going to keep going. To the 30 is Andrick. Andrick cutting it back. Here's Roy. Look out. This could be trouble. Shake, bake. The jukebox, Mr. Rich Roy is. Roy cutting back. The 20-yard line, he has it. Here's Rich. Rich Roy. Looking around, trying to create space. Roy trying to go airborne for a shot. He scores. Rich Roy puts it in. Another beautiful goal from him. Player of the day for sure for Pope Francis. And just like that, they can start eating those sticks. It's 12-2. The lead for Pope Francis. Game just continues to get out of control. More and more so out of control. Cardinals up by 10. Face-off coming in for Bezrachenko. Or we can do anything else. We've got an infraction, and it will be Cardinal possession. In a 12-2 game. Rough day at the office for Wilmington. Here's Ziggy. Ziggy kicking it back to Reiser. How about Jason? Jason over to Roy. Roy back to John Henry. John Henry moving it around. Nice passing around the horn here from the Cardinals as Bez will take it. Bez looking around, trying to fire in a shot. Tried to put all his weight into that one, but the save is made by Owen White eventually. Cardinals trying to get back on the defensive side now. as eventually that pass will head high of everybody. Wilmington tried to corral it in, but it heads into the Cardinal bench as Reiser will now eventually take it out. Jason Reiser played 3 sports in his time here at Pope Francis: soccer, hockey, and lacrosse. Looking good right now. Rich Roy the same, but instead for hockey, it was basketball for him. Spurlonga takes it in for Pope. Here's Gage. Gage with 4:28 to go in the third quarter. He'll cut back. He'll try to find his man Reiser inside, but eventually Wilmington will take it, but not for long, as Rich Roy will try to get it back. Here's Roy. Roy with space over to Ziggy. Here's Zach. Zach cutting it around over to Spurlonga. Here's Gage. Nice passing here from Pope. John Henry has it. John Henry looking around, finds Ziggy. Here's Zach. Zach attack trying to get going. Rich Roy now will try to eventually take it. Roy trying to get there. So is Ziggy. Ziggy trying to look for it, and eventually Ziggy has it. Ziggy's still trying to do something. Ziggy looking around. Ziggy has it. Eventually keeps going for the ball, and he gets it. A little bit over to Gage. Here's Gage Spurlonga. Spurlonga at midfield right now for Pope Francis. Gage got it. Gage looking around. Nice passing around the horn. Goes to John Henry. Here's John. John looking for space, trying to get cooking. Let John cook, the fans are saying. He's going to try to fire on a shot. But he got frozen in time and didn't know where the net was, and then went to the right of the goal. .3:17 to go, third quarter. Cardinals just going to try to add on and just continue to give Wilmington some headaches. Roy. Roy kicking it back to Spurlonga. There's Gage. Gage to John Henry. John Henry kicking it over to Roy. Here's Rich. Rich just too quick today for Wilmington. Spurlonga. Spurlonga. Looking around, trying to find John Henry. John trying to get there, and Spurlonga will eventually pick it up. 2:40 to go, third quarter. Here's Gage. Gage kicking it back, trying to find Ziggy, but eventually the save is going to be pushed back to Wilmington. Cardinals now trying to get back. Nice play here from Wilmington, trying to work it up top, trying to fire on a shot. Maybe did that go in? Did that go in? I think it did. It's in. It's a goal. In the weirdest fashion possible, it goes in. Takes a bounce off a player and hits the top netting area. So it goes in, and just like that is a 12-3 game. So for Wilmington, a little bit of something to smile about here in this third quarter. It's been utter disaster for the most part, but there's a little bit of hope that maybe they can end this game on a high note. Maybe I don't know what Wilmington can do here. It's just a tough spot for them to be in. 12-3, just trying not to give up against Pope Francis, which is very easy to do when you're down by as many as they are, specifically 9 goals. Wilmington looking to cut it inside, trying to create space. They have it. Far left side around the 30-yard line. Holding possession here is Wilmington. 1:45 to go. Third quarter. Trying to create space. Trying to shake and bake and try to fire in a shot. And just like that, Wilmington, hold on here, folks. Hold your phones. Wilmington is coming back. 12-4. The lead for the Cardinals. Man, oh man. So for Wilmington, good minute and a half here for them. 2 goals coming in. Playing good defense. Solid lacrosse, to say the least, for them in a minute. But that does not summarize the game nor the scoreboard. 12-4, the lead for Pope Francis with 1:38 to go in the third quarter. Cardinals looking for something at midfield from Bez, but eventually it'll be the visitors holding possession. .125 to go in the third quarter. Cardinals looking to just play some solid defense here, but the save is eventually made by Matt Davis. Cardinals will try to work it the other way. Here they come with steam and space. Cardinals looking around. Shaking and baking there is Jake Jarrell. 56 seconds to go in this third quarter. Jarrell, a little ground ball, fielded in cleanly by Connor Ondrick. .40 to go. Ondrick. Lob pass to Wolanski. 35 seconds. Not sure if the Cardinals are going to go for the goal or just try to take this all the way down the triple zeros. It's Wolanski. Wolanski looking around. Wolanski maybe want to cut back. We'll try to go backwards a bit. Wolanski. Looking for space. Trying to find something. He finds Rich Roy. Here's Roy. Little fake shot. Roy trying to fire on a shot. Beauty. Absolute beauty from Rich Roy. That'll get the crowd clapping for sure. Rich Roy puts it in with 9 seconds to go. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you know? The Cardinals put it in. Rich Roy, how about him? Having himself a day. I think that's 6 goals for him right now, for Rich Roy. How about that? 6 for Rich, 13 for the Cardinals, and it's 13-4 with 9 seconds to go in the third quarter. Face-off coming in for Bezrachenko. Here's Dan Bez. 4 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. The Cardinals have a 13-4 lead, and they'll head into the fourth quarter with safety and insurance as Wilmington going to need to say a nice prayer right now. Cloudy surely sums up the day for Wilmington. Coming up, we've got the fourth quarter. Stay tuned. Champions play here. Back in a flash and exclusively on Pope Prep. Back in a minute and 50 seconds. All right, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Cardinals up big time, 13-4. The lead for Pope Francis. Cardinals looking for defense. Wilmington looking for lots of offense. Defense here with Cam Gillis trying to provide there. Gillis looking for it. Rich Roy getting back on the defensive side now. Cardinals will work from left to right for the rest of the game. It'll be Wilmington working from right to left. Wilmington with space, 11:18 to go, fourth quarter. Cardinals up 13-4. And the shot here is going to be good. For Wilmington, they put it in. Nathan Alberti makes it 13-5. So Alberti puts it in. Wilmington's had a nice few minutes here at Lacrosse, but for them, I think luck's ran out, unfortunately. Just too unfortunate for them, too fortunate for Pope Francis. Cloudy skies. Summing up the day right now for the visitors, for the Cardinals. I'm sure a ray of sunshine will come down at the end of the game and greet them as they will probably advance to the round of 16. Again, folks, for all scheduling changes and updates, make sure to visit the Pope Francis Prep Athletics page on the Pope Francis website. There you will find all games, not just from boys lacrosse, but all games around the spring sports scene. All playoff times, updates, changes, games, what time games are, postponements, things like that. It's the Pope Francis Prep Athletics page. That will keep it covered all day long. As meanwhile, here in Wilmington, hold on, folks. Hold your phones. Wilmington puts another one in. It's 13-6 for Pope Francis. They're going to hold down the fort here for 10 minutes and 41 more seconds. Well, the lead's starting to add up for Pope Francis, but always got to keep your head in the game. Always got to have that killer instinct. 13-6. The lead for the Cardinals with 10:41 to go in this game and 10:41 to go in the fourth quarter. Dan Bez will try to work it up the field. Here's Bez trying to find John Henry. John Henry trying to get there. Gage Spurlonga. Spurlonga looking for it. John Henry trying to get there as well. Eventually we'll have a whistle and a timeout and a stoppage. I believe Wilmington will use a timeout. Timeout taken. 13-6 the lead for Pope. 10:28 to go in this game and 10:28 to go in the fourth quarter. Stay tuned. Champions play here. Pope Prep. Cardinals looking at another trophy to the PAC Showcase. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to resume here on Pope Prep. Cardinals up 13-6, 10:28 to go. Just trying to close things out on a positive note today. Matt Davis will head back to that. Again, Cardinals will work from left to right. Wilmington working from right to left of your television screen today. 10:28 to go, fourth quarter. Cardinals on mop-up duty right now, just trying to hang on and win this game and advance to the round of 16. It'll be Gage Spurlonga taking it in. Goaltender's not ready. Here we go. It's Spurlonga. Spurlonga looking around, just trying to cut to the goal. He'll cut back eventually. Spurlonga, airborne shot. Oh, just went to the right of the goal. Could have been a 14th. Could have said 14 for Pope Francis, but we'll have to wait on it. Spurlonga with time. Gage trying to bump through. He's got it. Here's Spurlonga. Spurlonga trying to fire in a shot. He scores with the entire student body of Wilmington on him there. I think that was four Wilmington players on him. Gage Spurlonga goes downstairs and goes on the floor on the board again. Bada bing, bada boo. Money in the bank is Gage again. For Pope Francis, can you say round of 16? I think they can. And unfortunately for Wilmington, they can start saying Cancun. Face off coming in. Dan Bez trying to win the draw there, but I believe there was an infraction, which means that Wilmington will take possession. Here they come up the field. Cardinals looking for some defense. Wilmington trying to work it around. They'll head out of bounds with 8:45 to go in the fourth quarter. There's Bez. Bez looking around. Trying to create space. Prolonga will fire on a roller over to Connor Ondrick. Ondrick has it. We'll move it over to Reiser. Here's Jason Reiser. John Henry view now for Pope Francis. John Henry looking back. Finds Prolonga. Spurlonga to Roy, fires in a shot. He scores. It's another goal for Pope Francis. That makes it a 15-6 game. How about that? Round of 16 coming in for Pope Francis. Again, for all scheduling changes, you're going to want to visit the Pope Francis Prep Athletics page on the website. You've got you covered. From here for the Pope Prep Productions team, we'll next be heading to boys baseball Monday against Reading. Reading Rockets coming back, familiar